These are my emotions. This is my suffering. In fact, we should not be so sure.
Okay. Okay, then we start.
Many of us believe it must.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, very clear.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, brother and sister in Dhamma. Welcome to you all, and good afternoon to everyone. Today, this is Buddhist holiday, and it is time for us to discuss a topic. As usual, we have very important topic to discuss today, and the topic entitled with Peace Communication in Art by Thich Nhat Hanh. And to discuss this topic, we have four distinguished speakers: Venerable Ukundala, Venerable Monkemasara, Bhikkhuni Dole Anti, and Siali Sudarsana. So before we start our discussion, I would like to invite Venerable Ukundala to start the session. So Venerable Ukundala, please, you are welcome.
Thank you, Venerable Moderator, Venerable Amusanti. Shall we start for pay homage, Lord Buddha? Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Araham samma sambuddho bhagava Buddham bhagavantam abhivademi. Swakato bhagavata dhammo dhamma namasami. Subhadipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho sangha namami. Thank you. Okay, shall we take 3 minutes Vipassana meditation?
Okay, now it is time to practice meditation for 3 minutes. Please join for meditation for 3 minutes. Thank you very much for your joining. So today we have an important topic to discuss about the peace through the art of the most venerable Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh. And this topic is very important. I think that very useful for me about the peace communication in art by Thich Nhat Hanh. I think it's very connected with the mindfulness and doing art. I have ever seen that Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh also he is expert in calligraphy. So today we have 4 distinguished speakers, and first of all, I would like to invite Venerable Ukundala. Venerable Ukundala is a PhD candidate, and he is a well-known meditation master, especially Mongkok meditation method. He is good in Dhamma discussion, well-versed in Myanmar and English language. So without a further ado, I would like to invite Venerable Ukundala to share his idea about this topic. Venerable Ukundala, can you hear me, Bante?
Yes, very clear.
Please,
Thank
welcome.
You Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your nicely invitation to me. Yeah, today very lovely topic. Let's see. So today discussion topic is peace communication in art by Thich Nhat Hanh. So that is, yeah, I just listened his audiobook from the YouTube. Yeah, very interesting that topic, because now in the war, as you know, very dangerous. And then the war conflicts and the Russia invasion in Ukraine, and they are very aggressive fighting. And hard, the Russia, the defense minister, he announced now Ukraine war, Ukraine invasion war, there are Russia soldier 5,000 over dead. That is the effect of the Russia collection, but actually the American and the Western people, they guess, 80,000 Russia soldier already were killed in the Ukraine by Ukraine defense force. So this is terrible, the very high, the people deaths after Second World War. So seriously now, and then Russia, they lost again their invasion place area, many area square feet. So Ukraine take back. That's why Russia might be, he will use the nuclear weapon. He announced like this. And then he make order to the people, the partial civilization for their troop. He needs the 300,000 troops. So now what happened in the Russia, in the Western side? Russia, the young generation, they run away, run outside to the other country. So now, this is recently we have terrible facing, if we can do the peace marker or the peace communication, this is more effective to those people. So that is, we need the peace in the war, not only in the Western side, but also in Myanmar, you know. So in Myanmar as well, military is very torture and very terrible and very, you know, very cruel, killing the children. This month, 16 of this month, 16 of September, the killing in the the primary school with the helicopter, 4 helicopter shooting to the primary school. So 11 children automatically was killed by the military government from the from the MI-13, the Husky. So this is terrible. And then when they see only children without enemy, without doubt, so this is terrible in the war. How can we, those people to peace? I don't know to those people, but we need to, peace our mind. And then whatever we need to teach those person as much as we can, how to peace in our mind, how to peace outside and inside. So that is a way. So that's why the peace communication art by Venerable Thenya Han. So this the most venerable Thenya Han, also very famous, world famous, and then he reference most the Ali Buddhism. Ali Buddhism means the Theravada. He quoted, yeah, and then he talking about peace when we breathe in, breathe out. When I listen his book, breathe in, breathe out, have to be our mind peace sent. One breathe in, send the whole body the peace, loving kindness radiation like this, and then the whole world. When you breathe in, when you breathe out, send your loving kindness radiation to the whole world like this. This is quite good. This is the practicing the loving kindness meditation. This is the compassion, the full foundation for the Brahma Vihara, Metta, Karuna, Mudita. This is good. And then he talking about the ego and the non-self as well. Talking about if we are if we understand deeply understand on the emptiness, we understand non-self. He compare like this. So with my view, why in the war became very very terrible, and then very cruel, very the brutal war and very violent war. Why became with the this is my opinion, with the Buddhism point of view, because of their ego, because of their very big ego. For example, in Myanmar, if without their ego, no need to be the military dictatorship in Burma, because of their ego, big ego. Everybody have the ego, including me, but strongly ego, and that is problem. For example, I don't lose any my power. Number one, ego. I don't lose any my property. I don't lose any my company for all my relatives. That is how big ego. I don't want to give my position to other. That is the how big ego. That's why I want to be, dictatorship. That is big ego in Burma. That's why they do, with the gun, killing the people, whatever. I don't care for the power continually and for my property continually. Other people, I don't mind, I don't care. So this is how big ego started ego. That's why became a, dictatorship in Burma. And then now, second big problem in Ukraine and Russia. Why Russia invades to the Ukraine? That's also because of his big ego. Why? They have the history. In the Ukraine and Russia are before together with the Soviet Union, but they already separate, already by name in the very freedom country in the UN already register, already their sovereignty, their their country, their power themselves. But Russia, he wanted number one, because in the Ukraine have many riches of the gas and the oil in the ground. And then one thing is the Black Sea is very communication in the war, Europe. And then when he sent the gas pipe have to pass through the Ukraine and then sent to the Europe. So they're very important key player place. That is, I want it. Whenever Putin, I want it. If I want, I can control all the petroleum. I can control all the, fuel in the Western side. That is the how big ego. And then this is my own country before. So that's I don't care. If I invade only 7 days, I will occupy that, the Ukraine country, our beginner Russia. So he think like this. So that is how big ego. So now they are trouble. So that's why this is their business, their problem, but we are approached by the Buddhists. So the main idea is why their invasion, why the dictatorship in Myanmar, because of their big ego. If we can reduce that ego, we will be peace. No need to invade, no need to torture each other, no need to be violent one country to another country. So that is, we need to reduce our ego as soon as possible. If we also have the ego, we can free them from the wrong view, and then we can attain the first stage as well. The Sosapanna. This is the Sosapan state is first stream. We now have to dispel the wrong view and doubt. So that's why we need to be reduced our ego. How to do with the using, dependent origination to understand the emptiness, the Somyata Dhamma. So this cause and effect, we understand this. We cannot find any ego. We cannot find a human being. We cannot find a mind, you. So we can escape from the, egoism. We can escape from the nihilism or identity view, attadati. So that's why we have to focus dependent origination, cause and effect. Nobody create our, because of cause. That is that we have the good action, we have the ignorance. So became the human being with the 5 aggregates. So if we know like this, we cannot find any ego. And then we go second step, we go to the four foundations of mindfulness. Yes, Sangha also point out like this, four foundations of mindfulness. Whatever we practice, Chittanupassana, Venanupassana, Kayanupassana, and Dhammanupassana, and then whatever we can practice. At a time, we have to mindful every time, even when I'm talking, when I thinking, when I doing action, we have to mindful every time, and then reducing our ego and peace. We should do ourselves peace. What is our struggle in the modern day? Our struggle is not fighting. Our struggle is with the defilement. We are surrounded. We have many defilement. Attached with the online. If online too much watching, this is some kind of attachment in our mind. And then we playing the game too much, we have some kind of attachment. And then we had too much watching the television, watching the online, the news, and then the film. We have the very attached on online, because Buddha also said that five sensual pleasure: sound, sight, smell, taste, and tangible. This is attracts you now. Very big attracts our, it's stealing our time, with the online, for example, online big defilement place. So that's why how to reduce. We also reduce the using online. Very limits. If too much using, Buddha also said, who let off the mindful? This is we let off mindful. Who lets off mindful? That person is dead person. Even though you are alive, that kind of person is dead person. Who knowing with the every time with the mindfully, even they are a live person, never die. Even they die, never die. So that is how Buddha teaching mindfulness power. So we can apply the mindfulness power with peace in mind. And every time we can cut out the defilements, at least we stop, I said initially, to stop the egoism, to reduce our ego, to reduce our attachment on the online attachment, and then listening attachment, watching attachment, gaming attachment. We have to reduce at least. Now we go into the robust. Now we watch a lot of online, so now we should do the reverse, the less online, and then read more with the real book. That is my idea. So we can reduce, we can peace our mind, we can be without defilements, we can be with the less ego, and then we will be peace. So we should practice four foundations, especially contemplation of mind. Chittanupassana is the best control. So that's why mind is a leader. So if we know that leader, we will be conquer, we will be peace in our mind. And then if we know how to peace ourselves, we can share other as much as we can. So surrounding will peace. And surrounding will peace, the whole country will peace, and the whole world also might be peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Venerable Kundala, for your enlightening speech. Venerable Kundala has mentioned very important point concerning about the Ukraine and Russian war. Also, additionally, mentioning about the conflict in Myanmar also. So, Venerable Kundala has mentioned that the main cause of the all problem is the ego. So, because of the ego, and also greed that Ukraine and Russia war existed, because the Russian greed for the Ukraine oil and Ukraine resources. Therefore, Russia wanted to control these natural resources. Therefore, Russia invade Ukraine. At the same time, there are many problems in Myanmar as well. So the best way to overcome these issues is practice mindfulness meditation, because mindfulness meditation can help us to reduce our ego, where mindfulness can help us to understand ourselves, and through understanding oneself is the main way to overcoming all the anger, greed, hatred, and delusion, and understanding the non-self. So thank you very much, Venerable Okundala, for your deep and enlightening speech. And now we have second guest speaker, second distinguished speaker, Venerable Monkema. Venerable Monkema Kemasara is a PhD candidate at International Buddhist Studies College. He is very well known, very friendly Venerable, and good words in Myanmar and in English as well. So I would like to invite Venerable Monkema to share his idea and experience about the concerning topic called the peace communication in art by Thich Nhat Hanh. Venerable Monkema, are you there?
Yeah. I'm still
Please,
waiting.
you're
Yeah.
welcome. Please, you're welcome.
Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, good. Good afternoon, Tama brother and sister. Happy to see you all. Thank you so much, moderator, Honorable Amur Sandi, for your nice introduction concerning the our topic to this discussion. I think my side is a little bit wise. Okay, and our topic today is first of all, I would like to explain how I get the topics. The topics I get to our friend to discuss today. And yesterday, I saw the most vulnerable John Widersack, who is teaching the peace program in the national MBSC, and he told me that about Honorable Thich Nhat Hanh, how to bring peace in society with the communication. And then this topic also, MBSC peace program, going to be study one subject, the topic. Therefore, I interested the topic, and then my brother, who is requested the topic on the messenger soon, and then I put at this topic. When I read the book of the Honorable Thich Nhat Hanh from the Vietnamese peacemaker. He mentioned about how to make peace communication as how to make. He mentioned about 3 points. Point number 1 is he mentioned communication yourself. Peace communication yourself. Point number 1. Point number 2 is he mentioned peace communication with other. Point number 2 is point number 3 is he mentioned communication with loving kindness speed, and that is another. And I want to ask more is when the problem is increased, to deal with the problem, most vulnerable Thich Nhat Hanh use the tool of the mindfulness. Use the tool of the mindfulness. Therefore, concerned with the topics to be the peace communication, of course, we had to make peace communication in ourselves first. In ourselves, when we are clearly understand peace, clearly practice in peace, and we are surely to bear peace or strong peace in ourselves, like the peace body, peace mind, peace emotion, and we be in ourselves fast when we communication with other people. That is very, very easy to be communication with peace. The point number one, Venerable Tinohan mentioned in the first sentence of his book. And the point number two, Venerable Tinohan mentioned about the communication peace with others. When we communication peace with others, Venerable Kundala mentioned it here already, like the youth for Brahmavihara to Metta Karuna, especially compassion. Honorable Chinahan mentioned to communication peace with others, use more of the communication peace, like the compassion peace. Compassion peace means you pay attention with the people, and then you are trying to deep listening to the with other people, trying to help other people problem. And then communication, peace communication will be improved by the society and the country. One about in the hand you to two of the communication peace. And another one is the loving kindness peace. One about in the hand used to be a communication peace. Not angry speed, not anger like the dosa speed. You don't need to do that when you speak to other people to build a peace in the communication. Why you no need to, even though your culture, even though your traditional speak very rude with other people, you cannot do that. Venerable Jinhan used in his book, to be at peace with other people, you have to speak with communication with peaceful speech, like calm down speech. You don't make like the noise speech, like angry speech, like you are always number one speech. You don't do that. You want to be at peace in the communication in the society and another country. Even though it you bear the peace, even the society increase a bit issue, even to a bit issue. Honorable Tinhan used the mindfulness to bring peace in the society. Even the conflict occur, anything, anywhere, too many kind of conflict occur, even. You have to use yourself fast, like the mindfulness is very, very powerful into the peer communication space. Without mindfulness, when the people, you know, all the human beings, you all know some of the people is very good, some of the people is very rude, some of the people get feedback is very nice feedback, so it doesn't not like the feedback. We had to understand with the mindfulness to deal with the very difficult society arise a bit issue. Honorable Tinohan, he used this way, this techniques, and he wrote the book in this technique. The people are very interested to read his book, his idea to apply in the society. Therefore, his book, communication, as in Venerable Tinohan is very popular. with the peace society. I mean, peace society very popular. And then when we look at Venerable Dalai Lama in the just 2 days ago, the peace student who studied in the Harvard University, the Conference University from the USA, they came to Venerable Dalai Lama to be the peace leader in the future. Venerable Dalai Lama suggests to build a peace with the society and build peace with the communication with the artists, the national peace. Venerable Dalai Lama very strongly recommend the young leader who build a peace with compassion. With compassion, Venerable Dalai Lama mentioned with the young leader who is going to the Buddha ask the question with the Venerable Dalai Lama. Therefore, when we build the peace in our society with communication, peace, communication, we use the tool of the compassion and this listening and use mindfulness, meditation, as well as like walking and practice sitting. And that is the real method. The problem is that the people is the conflict issue in the society because of all them doesn't use this way. All them is not strongly believed to practice this way. Most of them following, like one about Kondala mentioned here, following like ego, following desire. A bit ego, a bit desire, they're flowing. They're not care much about the peace society, peace country. They care about themselves with ego, with desire. In my conclusion, when we build the peace communication with ourselves and other, first of all, we have to build we have to make strong peace communication with our fast. Secondly, we have to understand compassion with other people. When the problem is a big issue, we don't be angry very easy. We use mindfulness to communication with peace other people. Don't use the angry. The angriness is very, very dangerous with the peacefulness. The angry people is very, very opposite to the loving kindness people. The angry is enemy of the peace. Therefore, Dhamma brother and sister, we are young students. We are the student, different part of the country, the part of the natives. We should be understand the Buddhist scholar use tool of peace and the Buddhist way to bring peace in the society. And how can we adapt? How can we upload the way to build peace in society? How can we communication between each other in the future? That is my message to deliver for our friend and who is participating here in the online and offline as well. I hope one day we will see together in a big conference. Thank you so much for your listening. Thank you so much, Honorable Amu.
Thank you, Venerable Monkema, for your very deep, enlightening, nice, and very deliberate speech. Your sharing is very deep. You have mentioned very important point from the most venerable Thich perspective: peace communication with oneself, peace communication with others, and also peace peaceful communication with mindfulness. And through peaceful communication with others, and through communication with mindfulness, one person can communicate more effectively, and he can deliver the message of peace and non-violence. And such communication is very, very useful, especially to establish friendship than enemy. So therefore, from your perspective, in order to communicate with others, we must understand others with mindfulness. And another important point, from the perspective of Most Venerable His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he mentioned the peaceful communication with compassion. So when we communicate with others through compassion, then through compassion we can win others, which we cannot fail, which we cannot win through anger and aggression. And your final conclusion is that communication with others. But before communicate to others, one must communicate with himself first. He must communicate, he must develop the loving kindness and compassion himself first before to communicate with others. Thank you very much, Monkema, to share such a deep and enlightening speech. Now we have the next speaker, and our next speaker is Shyali Sudarsana. Shyali Sudarsana is a PhD candidate on the Buddhist Studies program at International Buddhist Studies College. She is a well-versed and well-spoken in Dharma, in Myanmar, and English. She is also as a practitioner. And when we talk about the peace, it's very suitable with her. Shyali, are you there? Shyali, are you there?
I am here.
Please, you're welcome.
Yes. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear.
Good afternoon, Dhamma brother and sister. Thank you so much, moderator, invitation to me. Today, our topic is peace communication in art by Tin Nai Han. This is the famous Zen master. Zen master Tin Nai Han pointed out many methods of peaceful. May I share the four elements of living speech to be peaceful communication by Zen master Tin Nai Han. He pointed out four topics. The first, tell the truth. The second, don't ingratitude that be consistent for use peaceful from grace. The first, may I explain the first topic, tell the truth. Zen master Tin Nai Han pointed out, we don't lie. He said that we try not to say untruthful things if we think the truth is also shocking. We find it a skillful and living way to tell the truth. And then he gave on instead the second verse. Sometimes even the most skillful words cause pain that is okay. Pain can help if your words are spoken with compassion and understanding. The pain will help more quickly. This is the first topic. And then he keep on delivering the second topic. This is the don't exaggerate. Sometimes we make this very tragic to justify and even feed anger. In exaggerating what the other has done, you find a wrong image. This may seem harmless, but it takes you away from the truth and takes away the truth in a relationship. Next, he pointed out that topics. These topics involve two phases. The first is in Vietnamese, a fourth dance means you say something to one person, but to another person, you say something different as a way of gaining some advantage. Next, second, right speed requires being true to your voice and not changing the content to be better. The last topic of Zen Master Tinahan is use peaceful language. He advised refrain from speech that's violent, refrain from condemning, refrain from that abuses, and refrain from humiliating, and refrain from accusing, refrain from that is judgmental. So this four element of living speed is pointed out Zen Master Tinahan. This is very good to peace communication. In our Theravada Buddhism, Buddha had delivered 10 Ahusan teeth and Husan teeth. When we apply to Ahusan teeth, we pupil and we observe automatically then Husan teeth. And we can divide it into three Husan and Husan. Husan and Husan Asian, Husan and Husan Asian. I would like to hear Husan Asian, especially Husan Asian. This time Kusala Kamabara in Bhaven Husan Asian, Visuna Virati Vasa Virati refrain from at first Visuna Virati refrain from has nation being taught tell sorry.
Shirley, can you hear? I think your internet is very problem.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Your sound,
My
I cannot hear properly.
my life was sorry about that. Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Yes. So, and same master, tender hand, sweet is very good. We should follow his speed because all his speed is very good to follow. Thank you so much. All my brother and sister, all your attention.
Thank you, Siali, for your deep and enlightening speech, for your nice sharing. But I think, unfortunately, because internet problem, I could not hear many points. I'm sorry for that. But I think it's not your problem, also not my problem. Problem is internet slow. So somehow Siali has shared many very important points about the four elements of the loving speech. So she tried to mention about from the perspective of the Tingnan Han. Most of Tingnan Han tell the truth, don't tell lie. Also harmlessness is peace. And she also mentioned about the 10 unwholesome deeds and also 10 wholesome deeds. And the way she talked is connected with our speech. That means when we use the loving speech, kind speech, and at the same time when we avoid using the wrong speech, such as telling lie, frivolous speech, gossip, and speech with anger. So when we are able to give up, refrain from such speech, then we are able to establish friendship with others. And through establishment of the friendship with others, we all don't not just establish friendship with others, we also can have good friendship, which is as a source of compassion, loving kindness, and establishment of the peace and order. Thank you very much, Shirley, for your nice, deep, and enlightening speech. I hope for next time you can connect your internet very well. Your internet has some problem. So we need to connect it. Thank you. Now we have finished first session. Now we have the second session. For the second session, we have the 3 listeners today. And number 1 listener is the Sangha network. Number 2 is the Venerable Panyasara. And number 3 is the Sister Dotin. So first of all, I would like to invite Sangha network to share his idea, experience, or if he has any question. Please, Sangha network, you're welcome. Hello, Sangha network, are you there? Okay, maybe he is absent. So now I would like to invite Venerable Panyasara. Venerable Panyasara is a PhD candidate on the Buddhist Studies program at the International Buddhist Studies College, Mahatma Rangkon, Rasbidala University, Thailand. So Venerable Panyasara is well versed in Myanmar and English. It's a deep knowledge in the subject that we are going to discuss now. Venerable Panyasara, brother, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Your voice. Thank you very much.
Please, you're welcome to share any idea or asking any question, please.
Yeah. So thank you very much, the most Venerable Mauridan, who is the Armo Senate, for invitation to me to share my knowledge. So good afternoon, all my brothers and sisters. So especially thank you very much to all the speakers. So today our discussion topic is very beautiful, very nice, because this is very important, our the communications, the communication, the society. We cannot let only one. We let with other the people, friends, the families, the other countries. So we need to understand how to let harmony each other, how to let peaceful each other. Because we have more knowledge from the Buddha teachings. So I meet there are speakers mentioned about the living guidance, the mindfulness, especially the Buddha Vihara, the mindfulness. They mentioned about the good the communications to each other. So here the Banivara Tinyahan also it emphasized. I think David it emphasized the mindfulness meditation to the lead himself. I think he had a lot of experience to emphasize to cultivate the mindfulness meditation. That's why he's very easy to communicate each other in his temple, his other countries, his village. I think the most of now he's also famous. Not only to his country but also to other country. This is the and then he emphasized the mindfulness meditations deeply to build himself. So without building himself from the mindfulness meditation, he cannot communicate with other. So some people, we can see some people outside, they say, hello, how are you? Outside saying the quotes, inside nothing. Inside nothing.
Whenever Amo, you please unmute.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you very well. So there are I'm then some people outside very follower. Outside they say the good, hello, my brother or my sister, you are very following. The inside nothing. The inside nothing. The inside is not peaceful. The inside fight each other. Like so I think firstly we need to build ourselves to get peace, the happiness. From the practice mindfulness or as well to Buddha Vihara, living kindness, compassion, the joy, equanimity. We have to cultivate ourselves. We need to build ourselves. At a time, we had a lot of experience to get inner happiness, inner peace. So very easy to communicate the outside society. Very easy to communicate our friends, our families, the other country, other village, without building ourselves, we cannot. The peace communication. I think that the Panera Tinyahan. Firstly, he built the peaceful inner peace himself. That's why he is they're very easy to communicate the other country. So that's why we need to see examples. There are about Tinyahan. We can use his method. He also followed Buddha teachings. We also follow Buddha teachings. Why he is a famous person in the world? We can do like this. So like Panama Gongda said, reduce ego, reduce selfish, reduce jealous. reduce anything that reduce anything the acoustic gamut. Be mindful. Be mindful. Get the kindness more other people. Get the compassion to other people. We are short lines. We don't live long lines. One day will be disappear. We have to live harmony each other. We have to live peaceful each other. From the Buddha teachings, Buddha teaching, so very easy to live the peacefully. So that's why we have to emphasize the mindfulness and for the Mahuyana, and we can get to our people. Thank you very much, our brother and sister.
Thank you. Thank you, brother, for your nice and deep and enlightening speech. Now we have next speaker, Sister Dotin. I would like to invite Sister Dotin. Sister Dotin is a PhD candidate at International Buddhist Studies College, Mahasarang Presbyterian University. So Sister Dotin, if I introduce her, she is a kind and compassionate, also what should I say, embodiment of peace, especially not only inner peace, also outer peace. She talk very less. So Sister Dotin, are you there?
Yes.
Please, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Yeah, thank you very much for your invitation me. I'm happy to see all of you today. And now my mind is in us focus the Dhamma talk. I'm sorry about that because now I just finished. I have something to prepare in my mind. That reason, so I'm sorry I didn't focus all of you speaking to this. I'm sorry about that. But when our purpose, for me, this is exciting and interesting. When mentioned the Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh. Yeah, we also the Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh, popular persons in over the world. He the second famous in over the world behind the Dalai Lama. Read on the newspaper maybe 4 years, and they arrange according to the religion, especially Buddhism. The second is the Zen Master Thích Nhất. They are the persons famous monks in over the world, and they have enrolled for many pupils in over the world. So yeah, and he also Master Thích Nhất Hạnh, he shared or he said many his ideas when he studied the teachings Buddha, and his ideas is one of his communication in arts. It mean the topic today, and I don't know any ideas how to give because he mentioned very perfect. So I don't have any idea, because if I give any idea, it means maybe not fixed with him, or is it become the this means the selfish. I think like this, just in my idea. And just I would like to ask one question, only one question. When you read the Zen master's idea or his teachings, the purpose, what can you get, or what can you study from him? Just this is my question. Do you understand?
To whom? Whom do you like to ask this question? Do you like to ask whom? There are three speakers.
Any brother and sister, yeah.
Okay,
Not
Venerable
not
Ukondala.
fixed,
Not fixed.
fixed,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
not fixed. Okay, Venerable Ukondala first. Bante, welcome.
This is because belong the one's opinions. This means anyone, because anyone is different ideas.
Okay, they will give you answer after by one by one. We have three speakers. Venerable Ukondala number 1, Venerable Monkema, and number 3 is Sister Sudarsana. So they will give their reply.
Five speakers.
Okay.
No, 5 speakers.
Okay, 5 speakers. After one, they will give. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. The questioner, Bikuni.in, and thank you very much, moderator, Venerable Amo. And yeah, that is a good question. What can I get from the Tinyahan technique? Yeah, I feel when I listening his Dhamma, I feel in my mind quite peace in my mind, because he show his manner like a peaceful mind and a calm person when I listen. This is the first listen, and then when I listen about his technique, yeah, very similar with the Theravada, because he referenced the early Buddhism. The early Buddhism means Theravada. This is the original Buddha teaching, like the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the emptiness. Emptiness is the anatta in Theravada, not very different. So like this, he quoted. So that is, I feel not very different. But exactly what I didn't follow him, because this is my opinion, but I follow some who is the positive point of view and take it. So that is a good point and a calm. So how to practice? How he practice? So he practice and breathe in, breathe out, and then mindful, and then the emptiness. So he gave the example very good. And then another is we learn already the Theravada point of view with the which one is the tranquility meditation, which one is the insight meditation, vipassana, and samatha vipassana. I have already know. So that's why I follow his mind to come how to practice. So this is one point is my the admire to him. He practiced again and again. Buddha also said, who practice the meditation punna on bhavita like this, have to practice again and again, not only for a while, but also we have to be practice every day. That's the venerable, the most venerable Tinyahan is that kind of person. He practice again and again for loving kindness, for peaceful mind, for calm. So I like it. So I follow this like this. So one part is my Vipassana meditation. I know with the Theravada point of view and practice as well. So with his to encourage for me. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bante. Next, Kema.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you repeat his hard question? One about emotion. What the more important you would like to know?
Okay. Yeah. She asking about what did you learn about the Thich Nhat Hanh meditation?
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's
Yeah, God. Yeah, that is a very billionaire question, because the people is without learning is they cannot speak anything. For my perspective from his practice and what practice mean and what he practiced, and about the meditation, what he write his book, what he creates YouTube channel, and I learned from that. I agree with his idea concerning with these topics, and his writing book that is very famous book about the peace communication. Even though I told all you before, even the MBSC peace program, and they use his book to provide one subject to learn from the master Thich Nhat Hanh peace building. For my concept of view, I read his book about communication with art and meditation and listening to them. The idea, the concept, and the way he practiced, that is the truth for a modern society. That is the way what the people in the modern society, modern time, modern young generation, they need the way to be a peace in society. One point I trust, I believe one about Thich Nhat Hanh. Another point is his technique, his method, not far away from the Buddhist, not far away from the Buddha teaching. Very related to the Buddha teaching. When I read a book like the Communication Peace, in one sentence of points he mentioned about that, like the communication yourself fast. In the Buddha time, we said that you have to improve yourself. The Buddha used very popular in Pali. You have to see yourself fast. You don't be the teacher, not before you practice anything. Don't be the teacher. Don't be the master before you do yourself fast. You have to see yourself fast and train yourself fast. And the Buddha also mentioned in the Metta Sutta. The Buddha also Metta Sutta. The Buddha also mentioned before you're teaching the people, before you communicate with the people, you have to communicate yourself fast. You have to practice yourself fast, and then you can do it. That the point is not different from the Buddha teaching. And another way, like mindfulness meditation, when the people are kind of like the big issue, a bit the problem, the issue. Without mindfulness, if you forgot easy, you angry easy, a bit conflicts, a bit issue occur between your anger, your enemy, or the angry. Therefore, the Buddha always, when we look back at Buddha, the Buddha always said, when the Buddha made conclusion in the Dhamma talk, the Buddha said, Upamadena Sambadita. The Buddha, every Dhamma talk, he talking, sharing Dhamma with the people. In conclusion, he Apamadena Sambateta in Pali language. In the translate into English, don't forget, be in your mind with mindfulness. That will always, again and again, Apamadena Sambateta. Be mindful in your mind. Therefore, when I listening from the one Vajinaham, one read his book and listening from his idea, I'm totally and agree his point and upset his point. Even though I am Theravada young Buddhist, I agree his idea, the way he practiced to improve peace, bear peace in the society. And then and that's all I would like to give the answer for our sister. Thank you so much, Honorable Sunday, for giving me opportunity to share again.
Thank you, Madam Monkama. Next, Sister Sudarsana, please.
Thank you so much, Sister Dodi and Venerable Amushanti. Today, there are many kinds of meditation methods in present day in the both Theravada Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhism. Buddhist time, Buddha himself, he instructed many kinds of meditation method to his disciple in Buddha time, Buddha himself. Because of disciples of Buddha and disciples of Sangha are different from their sarita, their virtue. So that and they are different from attainment of Nibbana, at least Srinivana different to can attain the first state. Sodavana Meka and Sodavana Pala. This is the at least Srinivana. This is the most important. Whatever method we can practice meditation. The most important is we can go attainment or Nibbana. We can go Srinivana. So I like Tindahan, Zen Master Tindahan instruction because his instruction are smooth because of his heart is smooth and his speech is smooth because of his instruction and his speech are come out of his heart. So I believe he can attain the high level of inside knowledge and someone high level inside knowledge. I think because of his instruction and smooth. So conclusion, and we admire Zen Master Tindahan and like this our Theravada meditation master. I admire him. Thank you so much, Sister and Moderator Omushanti.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind sharing. Now your internet improved a lot, better than before. Sister Dotin. So all the answer you got. Are you happy?
Yes, very happy. How about two members? You and Venerable Vanessa.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Panyasara. Brother Panyasara, please, you are welcome. I forgot his name.
Okay, thank you very much for the question, Morita. So I don't know about the techniques, about the techniques, how to cultivate the meditations to guide for his Bible. So I also learned from YouTube. I see one YouTube the video about Dinyahan. So at the time that he the American, I did the Yoga country. So he guides about meditation techniques for the people, how to practice, how to cultivate their mindfulness, meditation to get the peace. So here he used the first the people to practices the mindfulness meditation. So he get the sound meditation to the people. The people practices the mindfulness. And today what I not like this to get like the sound meditations that he used, because of he also it doesn't matter because of the at the time when they listening some meditation their minds like happiness and peace. So I don't know too much about his techniques, but he also follow Buddha teachings. Because of we can at the time I see that he is the body switcher, body to butcher, like the very peaceful, like his face and the body, and like the peaceful person. When I see his body in the YouTube video, his body butcher is like happiness, like a peaceful mind. I think he has a lot of the practices about meditation, and that's why his body structure is like peace. That's why he very easy to communicate the other country. That's why he's famous. Not only his country but also the other country, because of the divinity he cultivate the mindfulness meditation. The same matter, I also agree that his techniques about meditation. This is very useful for people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Brother Panyasara. Okay, now I share this is my turn now. I think I learned a lot. I know Venerable, most Venerable Tingyan long ago, and I also I listen his talk very often. He wrote a book, The Art of Communication. I listened that book, audio book on YouTube many times. I think one of the most important element, one of the most important lesson I learned from his teaching is that the mindfulness. He always emphasized mindfulness and compassion. That means the mindfulness with compassion. So these two things, when we mindfulness at the same time compassion, then we are able to balance our life. Because very often we find difficulties in our life to deal with the issues we face in our day-to-day lives, is because when we are in such difficult situation, we lost the mindfulness. First we lost mindfulness, like then without mindfulness we try to untie the trap, we try to escape the trap, then we actually fall more deeper, we entangle more deeper into the problems. So I think that following his technique, it is not just we can make a best communication, best friendship, best relationship, but also it helps us to save from many kind of dangers. So this is what I like to share. Thank you, Sister Dotin, for your good question, but I don't know if my answer good or not. Thank you. So now 4:32. Now I think it is time to say the end, goodbye. Now before we start our session, I would like to invite Venerable Panyasara to end the session. Brother Panyasara, please, you're welcome.
Araham Sama Sambuddho
Buddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi
Sawakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhamma Namasami Sabadibano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Sangha Namami Buddha Sasanam Siyam Diddhatu Buddha Sasanam Siyam Diddhatu Buddha Sasanam Siyam Diddhatu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu.
Thank you very much for
Very much.
joining us today.